Hi all, this is Tharani. Today I'm going to explain you the lab work that I have done as part of my Python and Deep Learning course. So the main objective of this lab assignment is to get an experience with some of the concepts in Python like list, tuple, sets, dictionary, some string operations and oops concepts. Apart from that, we have also done some machine learning algorithms like Naive Bayes, SVM, KNN, multi-regression, and K-means clustering, and many more. So this is my first task from the lab assignment. This is to find the longest substring without repeating characters. So to do this, what I have done is I have taken an input string. Here is it, and initially I have find the length of the string, which helps me to traverse through the string till it reaches the length, and then I created the dictionary, and then by iterating it I'm checking whether the particular character is in my dictionary or not. If not, I'm pushing it into the dictionary and assigned with a value 1 and storing the length temporarily. So if I find the character in my dictionary, then I'm flushing out my dictionary and then checking my temporary length. So is a greater than the maximum length or not. If it is greater than, then I'm replacing the maximum length with the temporary length, or else no change in the maximum length. So this is a way I have find the longest substring without repeating characters. So let me show you the output. Here is it. This is my string and this is my output to find the longest substring. So let us go to the next part. This is the second task that I have worked on. The main objective of this task is to create a dictionary with the keys as names and values as a list of in the sorted order. So for this, the input is given in the program that I have taken. Here is the input. So initially, a dictionary with a list elements initially I have created a dictionary with a list of the elements and values, and storing the values of a list into a dictionary with a key as a name and subject and maths as a tuple, as a tuple of values in the list. Here you can see. So each value in the dictionary, a value variable is the list of the tuples. So sorting the list based upon the name field in the tuple and storing them in the in another dictionary. So and then displaying the dictionary after sorting based on the name, and then dumping the values into the JSON format with the 4 as an indentation. So let me show you the output for this. This is how I have done. Here is the key and list of the subject and the marks as an list for this key as a value. So now let's go to the third task. So here I have done the two versions of it. This is the basic version and this is my real version. Let me go through the real version that I have done. As part of this, so I have taken 4 classes for this. Basically it is to build a library management system using the object-oriented concepts. So here I have taken 3 main components. That is to list the available books, request for a book, and written the book. This is my basic concept that I have done for this. And in order to do that, I have taken 3 classes. One class is my manage library class. What it does is it checks for the whether it gives me the how many books are available. Check out the book. That means issuing of a book and reading of a book. This is what basically a normal library does. And then I have taken one more class called members. This is my base class. I have inherited this into the student and the faculty class, because the student is a member and also a faculty is a member. That is why I have used my inheritance concept here in this. So what I have done is initially, okay, here I'm just displaying the availability of your books by using the available books method. And for the checkout method, in order to issue a book, we know that we have to know the username and whether he or she is a faculty or a student. And then if the student or a faculty exists with this particular name, then only we have to issue the book. So for that, I'm doing the validation here. So I'm calling the my member class by passing my uh, variables like whether it's a student or faculty or the username which user has given, and then checking whether the user is available or not. So if you go ahead and see the class, from the class I'm having a method called member validation. If the member is a student, then I am traversing the loop to the student class. So here I am inheriting the properties of this. My student class is inheriting the properties of the member class, that is the member list, and then I'm overwriting the member validation method from the base class and then finding whether the student is exist or not. If it is exist, then I'm returning the true. If it not, then false. So if the student exists successfully, then I'm gonna check whether the book which the user has asked is available or not. If it is not available, then I'm throwing an error called sorry, we don't have the books that you have requested. If it is there, then I'm successfully issuing the book and then uh, updating my book list. And then the same with the written books. So I'm checking whether the user is available or not. If the user is available, and then again here I'm doing one more validation. If really I have issued the book for this person or not. If the book is not issued for this, then I'm just throwing an error that the book which you have asked for is not returned to you. I mean, not issued to you. That is why we cannot take this request. And then if it is available, then I'm just returning the book and then updating into the dictionary. So let me show you the output one by one by executing this. So I'm just taking the list here. You can see the list of the books available. This is just for the demo purpose. So let me request for a book. I'm just requesting for a book. Let's say I'm a student. So I want the book 1. Yes, the book has issued successfully. Let us see it is really issued or not. So for that, I'm going and checking here. See here, the book, now it is available, it is, but previously it is 4. Let me go ahead and return the book which I have issued to me. So I'm just selecting 3 and the same details which I have given. Student, and my name is Dharani, and I'm gonna return the book 1. Yes, it's successful. Now let's see the, yes, it got updated now. Initially it is 4 and then again now it got to the 4. Let's see the error message that I have done. So I want to request a book. First say faculty. You saw that my name is under the student. I'm not the faculty, but I'm requesting under the faculty. Yes, it threw me an error saying that we could not find the user with this username or a member type, because I'm not in faculty because I'm a member. And then okay, now let's see 3. I'm going to return the book which actually I have not got issued. So first say book 3. You see that I have not taken this book. So it threw me an error that sorry, we could not we haven't issued any book with this name, so I cannot return it. So these are the things I had, some of the things that I have done as part of this. And here I want to tell you one more thing. You observe here that I'm displaying the error message or success message in a different colors. For this, I have used a library called cprint from the Python packages. So this is all about task 3. Let me go through the task 4. So the task 4 is to fetch. Let me see. Is it a task 4? Yep. Okay, the task 4 is to fetch comparisons of the clustering algorithms in scikit-learning website using the Beautiful Soap UI. So this is the URL that I have taken, where we have the comparison report, and then using the request method, I'm fetching the text data, and then I'm making it in a beautiful format using Beautiful Soap UI. So in the Beautiful Soap UI, we have this method called find. Using this method, I'm retrieving the table of the particular with particular class name, and then iterating through all the TD elements and fetching all the text and stripping into the values. Here you can see the output of this. I'm fetching all the differences. Let me show you the how does it really look in the website, so that you'll get an idea of what I have done. So here is the comparison report. You can see the k-means is number of clustering very large, and then see here is how I have fetched the result. Now let's go to the next part, that is task 5. As I cannot run this completely, let me go to the wiki and then show you the result of what I have done for this task. So this is my task 5. Here I have to compare different classification algorithms accuracy. So for this, initially I have inputted the packages which I need, and then importing all the libraries, and then loading the telecom customer details dataset using the Panda library, and then replacing the empty values in the total charges column with the NaN value, and then dropping the fields with NaN value. And then I've also dropped the customer ID columns, which is not necessary for classification as it is a random number. And then finding the correlation of the each feature with others features, and then plotting the heat map graph, which shows the correlation with the different shades of colors, and then dropping all the columns which we have less correlation. Later I have also done converting all these object data types to the numerical data type. So based upon the RFE feature selection ranking, I have split the dataset into a training and the test dataset. And then I have applied 3 models and trained the model with an X-train and a Y-train dataset, predicting the output, that is Y-predict for all the 3 models. Using the Y-predict and then Y-test data, I have calculated the accuracy score, providing the matrices sklearn library. And you can let me show you the accuracies for this, what I have achieved. So here you can see that this is my data which I have taken, and then before replacing the string values are like this, and after replacing, this is how it looks. This is a pre-processing step, one of the pre-processing step that I have done. And here is the correlation heat map. And this is all exploratory data analysis that I have done. Here is the null check. And here is the output. You can see these are the 3 outputs for the accuracies for the 3 different algorithms that I have got. And by seeing this, we can say that NIV base and KNN are good when compared to the accuracy of the SVM. So let me, okay, this is what about this task. And my next one is to compare the different clustering algorithms like k-means. So here I have imported all the required libraries and then loaded the college data set using the pandas library. And yep, pandas library. And then splitting the features and columns based upon the indexes, and then printing all the null values in the data sets for any column, replacing the null values with a mean value, and then splitting the data sets and applying the k-means cluster on the data sets, predicting the test data using the built or training models. And then later I have, using the predicted score, I found the Silhotti score. I think it is nearer to 0.38 or so. So yeah, it here you can see it is near to the 0.38 score. And for this I have taken elbow method to see which k is appropriately suited for this method. So here I can say that 4 would be the best choice for identifying number of clusters. So this is how. What about my this task 6? And then the next task is to have to write a program in which it has to take the input files and then um, summarizes. I mean, it is simply I have to follow the using the NELTK. I have to read the file and then do the tokenization and finding all these trigrams, etc. So let me show you the code I have done as part of this. So here you can see that initially I have read the file, which is NLP underscore text, which contains the data that we're going to use for this task. And then I downloaded the punkt file, which has predefined database set for the good approach to get the tokenized values. I mean, yep. And then initially I have tokenized the text into a words and then applied the lemmatization technique on each word using the word tokenization method. So under the NELTK method, it is available. And then I have provided the trigram and extracted the top 10 trigrams, and then tokenizer into the input data, I mean into the sentence using the sentence tokenizer method, and then found all the sentences with the most repeated trigram. For finding the top 10 values, I've used the Python inbuilt method called enlace just. After getting the required sentences, I'm just concatenating that and then printing it. So let me show you the output for this. How does it look? I think it's going to take some time because it's loading. I splitted the values. You can see these are the words, tokenizing of the words, and then yep, this is the combined report. You can see here from the given dictionary, I actually have taken the dictionary to store all the words and their respective count. So I'm listing down the top 10. You can see that we need to as a key which has the top value. So I have taken all the sentences with most repeated trigram, and these are the 3 sentences you can see here. This everything is considered into one sentences because we can find here we need to, and then also we need to in these 3 sentences, and then I concatenated all these 10 sentences. So let's come to the last part I have done as part of this lab exercise. Here in this task, I have to create a multi-regression and then evaluate the model using RMSE and R2, and then observations of improvement before and after the ETA. So as part of this, I've taken the Boston data. It is already existed in the pandas, And then data is checked with the null values if there is any null value, and then they are replaced with the mean. You can see here they're replaced with the mean, and then remaining all the values I have dropped. And then I splitted the data into the test and the training data set, created the regression model and trained it by using the trained data set, and predicting the target value. In this multi-regression, the model evaluation is performed by using the mean square and the R2 square, and then I have calculated the mean square and the R2 square, and multi-model regression is evaluated as good if its mean square error is low and R2 square is high. We already know that. And what we have observed is from this program, it shows that EDA mean square errors is high and R2 score is low. So after EDA mean square is low and then R2 square is high. Let me show you the output for this. Instead of running it over there as it is going to take time, I'm going to show that results over here. Here is the result. So that's it, guys. These are the things that I have done as part of this lab exercise. I can say that this lab exercise is really very exciting and interesting, which gives me the opportunity to cover various topics in the Python, like dictionaries, object-oriented concepts, beautiful SOAP, machine learning algorithms, like classification, clustering, regression, and moreover, it really helps me to practice through all the topics in one shot. And thank you so much. That's it.